Hi, it's Kelly Ray. I don't know if it was intended as a compliment, but I got a comment the other day about how easy it seems for me to have conversations with staff. And the person basically said, it seems so easy for Kelly Ray to talk to the staff, and it seems like she's so smooth and the conversations just flow so well, and I'm just not like that. So this was a leader in one of the companies that I work with, and they're basically expressing their thoughts that, it might be easy for me to have these conversations, but it was not easy for them. I just realized my mic is clipped to the cord, not me, so one sec. Hopefully you can hear me. So what I was saying is just that somebody had expressed a comment that it was really easy for me to have successful employee conversations, and I wanted to share why that is with everyone so that everyone could have more successful conversations with staff. So I came up with sort of some general rules around what works for me and the leaders that I work with, because I don't want to get too specific because I don't want to limit you guys, because this will work for every conversation. So some examples of conversations you might want to implement this with would be coaching conversations, talking to somebody about discipline, talking to somebody about their current or future role, really any conversation, to be honest. So the big keys for these conversations are, number one, to have a really strong and authentic intention. There's Mika. A really authentic and strong intention for the conversation, and make that intention known. So at the beginning of the conversation, you would say, let's say, Bob, we're talking today about your job description. We're going to update it, make sure that you and I are both clear on what your job is. Mika's being really funny today in the background. It's almost like she knows she's on camera. Sorry. So, number one, set an intention, an authentic intention. So tell them, here's the point of this conversation. Here's my intention behind this conversation. Here's the reason for having this conversation. So make that very clear. Okay, here's why we're having the conversation, here's what we're going to accomplish. And then number two, I want you to be open to different methods of achieving your intention. So you might go into this conversation thinking, I need to convince this employee to do things this certain way, but that's not always true. You need to keep in mind that your intention might be, let's say your intention is to have the employee finish their jobs on time. Okay, let's just use that as an example. You might have a totally different idea of how to accomplish that than the person you're talking to. And if Bob has a really good idea about how he could accomplish things on time, why don't you hear Bob's side of the story? Just remember the intention for the conversation. And their methods don't necessarily have to be the same as yours. It's the outcome that you guys are agreeing on. Right, sorry, I just didn't want to forget any of my notes here. And so one of the reasons that it's so easy for me to go into organizations and have conversations with a lot of employees is because I'm very confident and straightforward about my intentions. So I tell them, one of my big goals and one of your boss's big goals is to make you happy. Because we know that we need happy staff to have happy clients and a happy business. Business just doesn't work without happy staff. So I make it very clear, and I'm very authentic about it. I'm here to talk to you, to work with you, to find out from you, to learn from you how we can have happy employees and a happy business. And so people believe me because I'm so committed to that, and I'm so open and upfront about my intention. If I were to go into a meeting with an employee and be unclear about my intentions, or be a little bit mysterious, or not be so confidently and authentically for their best interest, like, I'm there, I'm on your team, I'm here to help you be happy at work. I'm here to help make everyone happy at work. I don't think that they would go so well. So, last point, you really need to clean up your whole side of the story before you have these conversations. So if you want to have a really great conversation with somebody, you have to get over yourself. And that's, maybe that wasn't the nicest way to say that, but a huge part of being a leader is working on yourself. If you're not working on yourself, you're screwed, in trouble. Another word that doesn't sound offensive. But really, if you're not working on yourself, you're in big trouble. You're not going to get anywhere with your team. So before you go into that meeting, make sure that you've sorted out your stuff. Like, if you're upset or offended, or you've got some story going on about how the employee thinks such and such about you, and just get rid of all that. Go to counseling if you need to, vent to your spouse, whatever. Change your paradigm, try to see things in a different way, and go in with a really authentic, positive intention to accomplish something together. Even if the intention is just to clarify someone's job description. But make sure you do that third part. Get rid of all your crap before you go into there, okay? So number one, be really clear about your intention. Number two, I forgot. Oh yes, be open to different methods, but agree on the outcome. And number 3, make sure that you clean up your whole end of the things before you go in there, because you want to go in there compassionate, open, authentic, positive, and just committed to that intention. So I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you're having a great week.